I learned something this afternoon, and maybe it was one of those little lessons I needed to learn. A couple of years ago, when they were clearing the High Line, you know how they cut the limbs on all the trees, and there's a lot of debris out here. Been here for quite some time, so it's dry and brittle. And my thick head, as I had to go through a little spot here, I'm like, man, that's a big old pile of brush. Sure be easier just to burn that real quick instead of having to move it and risk getting into a snake or whatever. So my bright self went ahead and set fire to it. And of course, anytime a fire takes off with good tinder, it's always a little intimidating. And I was ready to combat it. And so I did. Forgot it's so hot, you can't get that close to it. Not a big fire, just a lot of this all up through. And y'all know it'll take off and just keep burning and keep burning and keep burning. Well, my common sense finally kicked in, and I just cut a burn line ahead of it to stop it. And now I'm calmed down. But as I was doing that, I was thinking about how many times in our life, maybe it's our kids, our spouse, ourselves, whatever it is, friends, family, they've got a raging fire going. It's fuel that maybe has built up over time through bad decisions and lifestyle, or through health challenges, or just something that's no fault of their own. And we can't jump in there and put that fire out. It's too big. There's too much fuel that's just overtaking us, and we start losing hope and almost our faith, you know. But if we'll stop and get quiet and pray and put that burn line ahead of those bad decisions and plead the blood. I was reminded of Deuteronomy 31:8. Talks about the Lord goes before you and protects you. I'm like, that's kind of what I did here, in a manner of speaking, right? I went ahead of the fire and the hopelessness. There was no way I could have got that fire out with hand tools by myself, but taking a little hoe and my rubber boots and just scratching a little 2-foot line right there. I didn't have to stomp on it anymore because it had no fuel, right? So maybe with proper guidance and love for those loved ones, sometimes we can guide them to eradicate the fuel for that fire. Maybe it's teaching them finances, or teaching them faith, teaching them to put their trust in the Lord, right? So kind of took away from that. I don't know if y'all will, and that's all right if you don't. I suppose it was for me, and I get it. So when I see those fires raging all around us in today's world and in our own little personal worlds, I think I'm going to take hope and not look at the hopelessness of the size of that fire and how it overwhelms us, but stop and get on my knees like my mama did many times when I was out there building big fires, and she couldn't do nothing about it, nothing she could have done to kill that fire. But she did on her knees. She prayed that the Lord would remove that fuel that fed that fire, right? So maybe that's how we can really affect those struggling around us in one way. We've got to be active with it, but sometimes we need to go ahead of them and cut a little burn line, right?